Hello, hello, hello. Frenchie with Unique Kicks here, and welcome to Straight Out the Bag. The person to my left looks familiar because he was here. We had such a great time. He's back. He's the Sly, the entrepreneur, the businessman, and the poet, and the rapper. Okay, he also has a podcast he's going to plug.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
Thanks for having me, man. I really appreciate you. The podcast is called Mix Match. Big shout out to my co-host, Real Spill. And I appreciate you for having me back, man. This is a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun last time, and I'm looking forward to another fantastic episode.
Great, man. So this time, we get right into the shoe that you brought.
Yeah.
What shoe? Keep in mind, the shoe that he brought means a lot to me.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
let us know.
I think it means a lot to everybody, man. This is the 6. The Air Jordan 6 Cool Gray. You can't go wrong. It's comfortable. It's sleek in its own way. It pops where it needs to. Of course, there's different colorways that you can get. I'm always talking about the toe box. It's nice and wide. I wear a 13, so it's tough for me to find Jordans that look good in my size. All Jordans don't look good big.
Right.
My last shoe that I brought was the MVP. As I mentioned, that has elements of the 6, the 7, and the 8 in it. So I thought it just made sense to come back this time with a little bit of homage to the last shoe that I talked about. The story as far as how it came to be for Michael Jordan, I'm not quite sure. But I know for me, it was a little bit of community outreach. Somebody called me and said, hey man, I've got some shoes I'm just trying to get rid of. I had the slightest bit of disposable income available to me. So I really couldn't do a lot, but I gave what I could. You know, I believe in digging deep and giving back to the community that gives to me. So I was able to take these off of somebody's hands for them. It really, really helped them out. They mention it to me almost every time I see them. So I know that it really touched their heart and mine. So yeah, that's my story with them. What are your thoughts on the 6s? Just in general, not like this particular pair, but just like
No, this particular pair I'm going to talk about first. Guys, this is the shoe that he stole from me. Okay, off the homeboy discount, right? And now he's talking about his community outreach. Wow, I'm just joking, bro. This shoe, very important to me. This Jordan 6, I think is one of the best colorways. Silhouettes. This colorway itself, I'm not going to say it's the greatest, but it is simple, and I think it matches with a lot of different things that he said before. And if you look here, the side paneling, I love the paneling on the 6 as opposed to the 7s, right? The dark gray hits, like in the tongue, the eraser back here,
it's easy to match with a lot.
Right.
Gray matches with, you know.
Right. And then the midsole has that gray hit right in there as well, all right? I love the holes for breathability. I love the holes all through this shoe. However, I wish they would have some more in the toe area. All right. I think the best hits on this are the Jumpman, like on the lace cover.
Jumpman, them boys up to something. Hey.
True that. Right here, you see it on the lace cover. The Jumpman on the back.
It's the details, man.
Is the details.
It's the details.
And the Jumpman at the bottom, of course. I think this shoe could be up there with, some of the better colorways, but I'm not gonna put it at the top.
Yeah.
All right. So, guys, we just talked about that shoe. Let us know. Put in the comments. What do you think about the Jordan 6 Cool Grays? All right.
Show me your colorways. I know the Jordan 6 is a fly shoe. One of the things I love about Jordans is how many different colorways and how they look different. Like a Jordan 6 in a different colorway can look like a completely different shoe.
It can, yeah.
So make sure y'all, if you can, upload pictures or tag us in pictures of your shoes as well so we can comment on those.
Great. The topic we have in the news today is about a football player I never heard of before. This is what Sly brought to me today. So I said, you know what? Let's change what we're going to talk about and talk about him. All right. It's about a football player by the name of Kenny Washington.
Man, I had never heard of this guy. So
Mm-hmm.
apparently Kenny Washington was the first black NFL player, period. Like the first black guy
to get a contract.
Sign an NFL contract. Yeah, he signed with the LA Rams in 49 and 46. 46. He actually led UCLA in offense in 39. Then he couldn't play in the league for another 6 or 7 years just due to the circumstances at the time. And what was very interesting was the stadium that the Rams were leasing from had a requirement that they be integrated. And so they were the first team to sign Kenny Washington. I stumbled upon this guy's story, man. I was searching for just NFL branded gear. I like, not necessarily any one team. I just like the NFL. We win every Sunday. So I was just looking for NFL branded gear, and I found this cross promotion that the NFL had done with a company called Circulate. So the shirt says Circulate. That's Kenny Washington on the front there. And I could tell by the way they had priced the shirt that I was supposed to know who this guy was. I was like, it's just some shirt with a guy on it. Cool. But it was priced like I'm supposed to know this guy. So I started to do a little bit of research, and I was just impressed, man. I had no idea that I don't know why I had never heard of this guy, man. And it was so cool. I also started to learn about the first black quarterback. I forget his first name, but his last name is Thrower. So that's a funny twist.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, man, I just want to hear more about these folks' stories. And I know somebody else, I'm sure in LA culture, they probably know much more about the gentleman. But it just as an overall football fan, I just thought that was awesome. I thought, I bought the shirt in February. So, it's Black History Month. It all kind of aligned. But yeah, man, I think he's a great character, and I'm gonna continue to learn about him. I don't want to act like I'm a huge expert on him so far, but I had to grab the shirt. I love that it's a piece of history. It's actually my first time wearing the shirt. I wanted to wear it for a special occasion, so I appreciate you asking, bro.
Oh man, that's great, man. I didn't know anything about him either. I think that's what we need to touch that topic again and probably talk about some other players that we haven't heard of that played in the NFL, because we've heard the stories. We've heard the story of Jim Brown.
Yeah.
We've heard the stories we've heard a lot of stories about certain players, but it seems like certain players get more of the out of the shadow. We need to get those out of the shadow. Just like we have the baseball that we're starting to learn about all these old baseball players that used to play in the black leagues and stuff like that. I want to hear about some of these guys.
But you'd be surprised how many people don't know about Satchel Paige or some of these other. There's a Negro League baseball museum that my aunt took me to when I was young, man, and I was just floored by how much I didn't know.
And some of these guys are great, man.
Amazing
players. Yeah. How many games did Satchel Paige play? Like hundreds of games, man.
And he was killing them.
Yeah. All right, but that's one thing we need to get to know more of the culture, more of our icons, and those are, you might consider icons, but still, they were part of the story as well. All right, guys, so back to the shoes. And when it's my turn, I get to that bag. All right. See another bag here.
I need this bag. That bag is fly.
All right.
Oh, he's doing it to him.
Yeah. Now, my shoe is a Jordan 12. Jordan 12 Field Purple. All right. If you see, I'm wearing the Lakers. All right. Thank you, Luka.
Luka the Don.
All right. So, for me, this is a pretty simple colorway. However, it means a lot to me because I can wear my Laker gear with this.
Yes,
all right. So if you look at it, the Jordan 12, of course, was made after the Japanese flag. Right here, all the stitching made after the Japanese flag. It has the Jumpman right here. And the number one hit, I think that really pushes that off the top, is these little lace hoops right here. They're gold,
man.
The little gold accent right there. The purple Jumpman on the front, all right? The purple Jumpman inside there, all right? The Jordan 12, I think, is an iconic shoe silhouette because of the one that released last week, the Flu Games released this guy, right? The Flu Games released last week, right? That is iconic because Jordan dropped so many points. He was ill.
63?
No. I think 63 is when he played against the Celtics.
Okay.
Right? That's when Larry Bird called him God in shorts, right? But I think he scored 37 points.
Okay.
But him being sick and on IVs, that was good. And the Flu Games dropped last week. We're going to talk about those because I got those as well. But this particular shoe, if you look at the bottom, the yellow hits as well. If you see the yellow hit right there. I really like it. It's carbon fiber.
Those are fly, bro.
Yeah, at the bottom. All right. And it's just a shoe that you could wear anytime. Right. It's a really sturdy shoe. Right. But again, I'm not going to call it one of my best silhouettes because of the breathability of this shoe. This shoe doesn't have very good breathability. And like the Jordan 11s, sometimes this shoe hurts your feet because of how narrow it is. If you feel the carbon fiber right here,
I
feel
can,
it,
I already
right
know
there,
what you're talking about.
you can't, there's not
Right
much.
on that outer part of that
Right,
foot.
it's
Yeah.
not much, give right there.
Those are
there's
for
no,
standing. Those are for good photos.
yeah, that's about it. But you could wear them for a couple hours. But if you have a whole day vacation or something like that, no.
Those are date sneakers.
Yeah, right, right. So tell me what you think about the Jordan 12s on a whole. All right. Now, as a Jordan 12, I'm gonna give this one a 3. I'm gonna give it a 3. It's not the best, but in Jordan 12s, I'll give it a 3.
3
All
out
right,
of 10.
10.
Okay.
Yeah. So on the back of this one, as well, you see that hit? I love that yellow hit as well right there. It looks like the label on a shoebox. I really like how it looks there. The small writing. Any writing on a shoe, I think it makes it look really commercial. And it adds adds something. It's an addition to that shoe. You know, it also has the little 23 in the back. All right. So the Jordan 12 is not a bad.
I didn't know they were modeled after the Japanese flag. I learned.
Yeah, it did right here. So what about your shoe? What do you rate your shoe?
Oh man, scale of 1 to 10, I would say the shoe itself, a 6. The giving back to the community element is worth at least 2 warm and fuzzy, so I'll say about an 8.
This guy.
It's about an 8. And it's again, the comfortability for me. Comfortability is so huge, and the fact that I can wear these shoes to work and to other places is very, very big for me. I don't like feeling like I've got 2 collections of shoes. I like feeling like I've got shoes, and then I'm just deciding when and where to wear them. So, yeah.
Right. So guys, tell us what you think about both of these shoes. What you think about the Jordan 12 Feel Purple and the Jordan 6
Cool gray.
Cool Grays. All right. When we come back, make sure you're straight getting to the bag. All right.
Peace out.